Good evening. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net on the full-wave machine. I'm Dave, 87CYM. The Western Washington Amateur Television Society is a group of video enthusiasts that take to the airways in ham radio with fast scan television. We have a repeater located up on Cougar Mountain. We transmit on 70 centimeters. It's a crossband repeater and spits out images at 1.2 gigs. So I'll take a break before our net gets totally underway, in case anybody has emergency traffic and needs to make a contact before we get underway for the net. Hearing none. Again, this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. I'm Dave, 87CYM, taking check-in.
N7QO.
N7QO, I got you. I guess the rest of the group probably out having some good times with this nice weather. We got Ron on the road, and we are doing something else in Port Angeles this evening. So let's see if there's anybody else that would like to check in. Well, Jim, I guess it's you and I. Why don't you go ahead? N7QO.
Thank you, Dave. N7QO. Well, I can just barely see a picture of me now. There's Gary. At least I think that's him. Can't quite make it out here. Okay, now I don't see anything. The television repeater is not in its constant on mode, so those of us who are out on the fringe, like Gary and I, don't necessarily get into it. Not that we ever get into it well, but we don't get into it as well as we would normally do. So, anyway, I saw my picture briefly on the 1.2, and I saw something pop up on the streaming, but now I don't see anything there. So I don't know what's going to happen here. I'll turn it back to you, Dave, and we'll see if I was just seeing things or if it really was Gary. Back to you, Dave, N7QO.
N7QO, this is 87CYM. I did see Gary's call sign up there in video, K7HYB. Gary, go ahead.
Yes, good evening. WW7ATS, Bravo, and yeah, I'm just checking in. I thought I'd just give you an update of where I'm at, Dave. I managed to get my Grand Stream on the internet. I've got it assigned an IP address and all that kind of stuff, so I'm making progress. I guess now all I got to do is figure out how to get it to the site. And Jim's signal probably isn't strong enough. I don't have my transmitter keyed up here. I guess I could key it up. There we go. With the transmitter not hard keyed, I don't believe Jim's signal is hard enough, strong enough to key the transmitter, so that may be the issue. Anyway, back to you, Dave. K7ZYM, K7HYB.
K7HYB. Well, before I go ahead, This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net on the 08 machine. Is there anybody else that would like to check into the net?
Kilo India 7, Lima India Foxtrot, James in Everett. Not, doing television right now. Over.
Okay, James, we got you. Thanks for checking in the net, KI7 LAM. And this is Dave, KD7ZYM, taking my turn on the net this evening. My antenna got kicked up in the wind yesterday. I didn't get a chance to move the antenna back. It's about 15 degrees off rotation for a direct beam up to the hill. Anyway, let's see, here in Lake City, beautiful evening, 60 degrees outside. Last couple of days I've been looking around for a new cell phone and been trying out different models at different places and deciding what I'm going to go with. So far I've been looking at an iPhone 8 Plus, and seems to be winning the favors and my favor. However, it's 6 inches long, which is about an inch longer than the current cell phone I have. So 6 long and 3 wide. But it certainly looks like it'd be more than what I need. So who knows? That may be what I end up with. So that's what's happening in my life. Got some stuff done around the house today. Went up to Costco, got some more food. Food is a wonderful thing. So I'm stocked up. My first purchase for the month. And being the first of the month, we have May Day activities going on. The city parade that went through downtown Seattle didn't seem to be a knockout device this year, and that was really nice. Pleasant type of demonstration going on downtown that didn't break out into any ruckus, you might say, at this point. And that's about all I've got to say, so we'll go up to N7QO, Jim.
N7QO, thank you, Dave. Well, if I haven't said it already, hi, Dave. Hi, Gary, and hi, James. iPhone 8 Plus. I think what I have is a 7 Plus, and that's the size that mine is. I just pulled out a tape measure here. It's about 3 inches wide, maybe just a tiny bit more than that, 3 1/8 or so. It's difficult to tell exactly because I have it in a case, so that when I drop it, it will decrease the likelihood of it breaking. But mine looks about 3 inches wide and 6 inches, or it may be about 3 1/8 by 6 1/8 or something like that. It works okay in my pocket. I had a Galaxy Note, and it broke, and I was going to go with the new version of the Samsung Galaxy Note, but that's when the batteries were catching on fire. Oh, I see the inside of our repeater there. So at the time, my wife and I decided that what we really should do is just get an iPhone. So we were more or less pleased with the iPhone. They definitely work a little bit differently than the Samsungs, but I think maybe the biggest decision is to decide on a provider. I'm at the point where I think we should look into some of these discount carriers. Not sure what all is available out there, but we need to reduce our expenses, so I'm not sure what's going to happen here. Reset. Our cell phones do not work well at the house, so I've been told that what seems to work best in our location is Verizon, but we have AT&T phones, so I'm not sure if these are compatible with the Verizon system or not. I suspect they are not, but that may be worth considering as well. See what type of provider you've got, and then see if the phone you're interested in is compatible with them. And that may influence your decision, or at least buy a different version of the iPhone. I think there's one out there that's compatible with either AT&T or Verizon, but mine is not. So, just something to watch out for, Dave. Food for thought. 87ZYM and 7QO.
N7QO. I was able to see a picture of you coming in up at the repeater at 434 megahertz. It actually was a little more than a silhouette, so that looks pretty good. So, coming down the list, let's go to K7HYB. Gary.
K7ZYM of the group, K7HYB. Let's see if I come up here. I hard keyed the repeater, and then I forced it over into the input from the down converter. So it's tied directly to that input now. So that's what I did for my location here. Seeing as how Ron was on, and I was kind of hoping Bob might get on, and I could get maybe he wouldn't over the air share the IP for the streaming input on the repeater. I think that's my next step, but I'm not sure. I'll maybe need to call Rod tomorrow and talk to him about it. Anyhow, it's 53 degrees out here right now, cooling. It's dropped about 7 to 8 degrees here in the last hour or so. It's 55% humidity. That's what my weather station is telling me. There's no wind. Let me drop it. There's no wind according to my wind gauge, and no rainfall in the last 24 hours. I have
K7HYB, we lost your audio.
Okay, I apparently had a malfunction on the key here, David, so sorry about that, but let me end my turn here and I'll turn my transfer off. Can KB7ZYM, K7HYB.
K7HYB. This is Dave, KB7ZYM. Yes. Anyway, thanks for turning on the repeater hard. A little better and the energy's coming out. Boy, what another beautiful day. I guess we're going to have a wonderful weekend. And speaking of weekend, we got a meeting coming up this weekend for the group at Bob's house. So everybody wanting to come to the meeting, do so. Western Washington Amateur Television Society. We missed our meeting last month, so hopefully we'll get a lot of business stuff done during this meeting. However, Ron said he won't be here. He's off enjoying some weather down on the coast near Astoria. So anyway, that's what's happening there. I haven't got much else to talk about, so we can go up to Jim, N7QO.
N7QO. Yeah, it doesn't look like the repeater's in its constant on mode here. My 1.2 is now working intermittently. I do see something on the stream, but not on the 1.2. At least not constantly. So, not sure what's going on there. Thank you, Dave, for the reminder about the meeting this weekend. I am not sure if I'm going to be able to make it or not. Another friend has died, and so there's going to be a funeral on Saturday. But I do not recall what time it's going to be. It may be a little bit later in the day. But if it's earlier in the day, I will not be able to make that. I'll have to wait and see. But if not for that, I'll be there. Let's see. Weather here, yeah, it was a beautiful day here as well. A little bit breezy here, but now the winds have calmed down, and it's mostly clear. And I'm showing 55 degrees here in Covington right now. Back to you, Dave, N7QO.
N7QO, I don't know what happened, but your image did come up on the screen, and it did come up on the 434 at the site with the streaming. So anyway, something is happening with some RF. It was a little intermittent, but it did come out. Well, we'll go over to Gary again, K7HYB.
K7ZYM of the group K7HYB. There I am, and I'm the culprit. When Jim said that the RF side, that I don't see the RF side very well here. Just well enough to tell if there's just sync bars, and every once in a while it'll pop in. But I repeated the command to turn the repeater on hard. So that's why he came out of, and then I switched over to the converter input for the repeater. So that's how that happened. That was my initiative that I took care of that. So I think now that the repeater is turned on hard. I thought it was before, and apparently for some reason it wasn't. But anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm ready to move on with continuing experience with my Grand Streamer. I still got a little bit of work to do to reprogram I reprogrammed an old router I had here and turned it into a switch. I've got I've completely redone my my internet and telephone TV service here with another company, and so consequently, now I have another router in the house, and I don't need the Frontier router that I had, which was hooked up on my telephone line. So I turned it into a switch, and I'm using it to feed the Grand Stream into, and my printer, and a couple other devices that I want to be able to put on the internet. And I guess now all I got to do is figure out how to forward the stream to Cougar Mountain. So whenever that happens to come about, we'll see how that happens. Anyway, so if I had a prairie gummy drama here. Yeah, I don't quite know why I lost the key on my. Okay, I'm getting some feedback on the 440 side. This is the dual band handheld that I'm using here, running 5 watts on 2 meters, and the 440 side every once in a while squawks at me, so I have to turn it off, and maybe that's what caused the issue. But for some reason or another, I wasn't keying my handheld, so I fiddled around with the connectors, and I managed to get it keyed up again. But I had a fairly busy today, but the wife and I went down to my wife's bowling banquet today. She cleaned up, won a bunch of money in several of the, she won high scratch game, and a bunch of money for the team, and all kinds of stuff. She's going to take me to dinner tomorrow night. Ha, ha, ha. You believe that? I got some swamp around for it. But in any case, so I did that, and I went shopping at Costco. Yeah, I've been there too, Dave. And I got some herringbones here, caused by local when I finished from my 2-meter handy jockey. So I can't see very well on the 1.2 gig side. I'm looking at the stream to see what my picture quality is like. And yeah, I had to move my antennas around a little bit too because the windstorm went through, and I had to get it repointed. One of these days, I'm going to get it mounted solidly so it won't move, and get it up higher, say 20, 30, 40 feet off the ground, and maybe I'll put a bit of a picture into the repeater input. So anyhow, that's all I have for this go around. Things were well today. Had been dinner. The wife was out on a meeting tonight, so I'm batching it and hamming. So that's where I'm at, and that's what I'm doing. Back to you, Dave. K7ZYM, K7HYB.
K7HYB. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. Make a pause in case anybody else wants to join us. Hi, hearing none. This is Dave, KD7ZYM in Lake City again. Well, it's nice seeing images coming out. Even with my antenna being off about 15 degrees, I am getting a little color. I'm seeing coming in on the 1.2 gig side tonight. So that's impressive. Once I get that aligned again. Something about climbing up a 30-foot ladder and then hanging on to a pipe and then using an 8-foot 1x1 to tap the antenna gently to align it again. It's kind of a thrilling project. It was a little windy this morning here, so I opted not to do that with a little bit of wind going up there. But outside of that, everything seems to be working well tonight. So that's about what's happening here. So I haven't got much else to say. So I'll send it back up to N720.
N7QO. Oh, Dave, don't forget Everett James is out there too. you might want to contribute something as well. Thanks for joining us, James. Let's see. Antennas, yeah. Dave, good idea not to be climbing ladders. Once we get to a certain age, we don't bounce like we used to. When we hit the ground, things break rather than bouncing. My suggestion would be maybe get someone to go there and anchor the antenna permanently so that it won't be moved by the wind, and maybe be able to move the mast just a tiny bit if necessary. That's what Chandler used to do. He had an HF antenna on a mast, and he would go out there when he wanted to turn it. He would go out there with a pipe wrench and turn it. And it may sound a little bit Rube Goldberg, but it worked. Okay, he wasn't fond of going out there in the rain, but it worked. And what I did with my HF antenna, I just put it pointed like toward Miami, and so it worked okay for Asia, and it worked okay for most all of America, but Europe was off the side of the beam, and it worked kind of good because everyone down in Sixland in California, they were off the side of the beam, so their signals were slightly attenuated. That worked good for me. Yeah, I need to find someone who could climb up there and just anchor it down securely once. Even if you have to pay them a few bucks, it might be worth it. Back to you, Dave, N7QO.
N7QO, well, thanks for the suggestions there. I had thought about the pipe wrench thing of undoing the lower brackets and then using a pipe wrench for the whole pipe, and rotate both antennas. They're pointing at the same direction, the 70 centimeter and the 1.2 gig. They're separated by about 4 feet, and that way align them both in the same direction. Then I could tighten them down so they wouldn't move. Then I could rotate the pipe with a pipe wrench and by loosening the lower bracket. Anyway, great suggestion. I think I may follow through on that, but it'll be a few weeks before I get up there to do that. And let's see, what else have we got going here? I guess we go back to Gary, K7HYB.
I'm in the group K7HYB. Well, I was going to try and pull up the camera that I have for the that I'm using on the streaming as a test, and see if I couldn't put it on my on the screen of my laptop or my tablet here, but at this point I can't do that. I'm not exactly sure why, but I'm not going to worry about it at this point, at this time. So I'm doing all kinds of things. Let me see if my color bars will come through on the stream here. I'm switching over to that. Yeah, it's coming through the repeater, but there's no color involved. Okay. Okay, well, that ain't working. So, and there's the picture of my, this really rolling, so it's not very stable on the sync. Very stable on the sync. There we go. Go back to the bug shot. anyway, well, that's the old Armstrong method, Jim, to go for the go with a pipe wrench. I do that all the time here. I have a 30-foot mast, and it's got a rotor right about in the middle of it, between just over the top of the garage where it's mounted to, and then about 10 feet of mast on top of that with a 2-meter and a 440 beam attached to it. Well, the 2-meter is homebrew, and it failed a long time ago, and I just haven't got around to replacing it. So, and I really need to get up there, and what I need to do is I need to get somebody with a bucket truck to come in here and take the damn thing down, take it apart, and then I can remount the antennas. And maybe I'll put my 1.2, although I don't really need to put them on a rotor, because they're going to be at the same, once I get them aimed and set up, they're going to be in that direction all the time. So I really don't need a rotor for that. So what I'll probably do is I've got a mast here, will probably go on the south end of my garage, and I'll mount both of them on that, and then lock them down and install them and point them at Cougar Mountain and have it go that way, and then get them out of the way so I can rotate the 2-meter beam and the 440 beam at the same time on the rotor. My HF antenna is a vertical, which really needs to be relocated. Let me drop it here. Really needs to be relocated back to its original position. I was cleaning the fence line. It's got a lot of garbage, blackberries and stuff like that, and I had to take the thing down and move it, put it away for a while, and that was last fall, and I haven't got to put it back up again. So anyway, well, I'm about run out of chat here. I don't really have much of anything else. The only thing I need to do is find out how to get my stream up to Cougar, up to the mountain. And I'll shut the repeater down if you want to call it a night there, Dave. 87ZYM, K7HYB.
K7HYB, this is KD7ZYM. Well, I've kind of run out of words myself, so I guess with that, I'll leave it up to Jim's final QSO there, M7QO.
Okay, thank you, Dave. Well, yeah, I guess I don't have a whole lot of anything else either. Hope to catch you all Saturday on the net, and hope to be at the meeting. I will check and see what's going on Saturday morning. Yeah, I don't remember for sure when it is. But anyway, thank you all for participating. Good night, Dave. Good night, Gary. Good night, James. Catch you all later. N7QO.
Well, thank you for joining the net this evening, N7QO. This is Dave, 87ZYM. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net on the 08 machine. And we'd like to thank the owners and operators of the 08 machine, the SeaTac Repeater Group, for allowing us to utilize their machine for our voice transmissions for the Western Washington Amateur Television Society. That's held on Wednesdays and Saturdays between 8 and 9 o'clock. So we're terminating early this evening. So good evening all. Again, this is Dave, KD7ZYM, on behalf of the Western Washington Amateur Television Society. And signing off at 8:35. Good evening all.
Are you hearing a low-level hum come off the repeater?
Slightly.
So, anyway, I heard a squeak in the background. Was there another comment in case everything's may be? Trying to bake in. Okay, Dave, I'll turn the repeater off then and switch the inputs. Good night, and we'll see you Saturday in case everything's may be.
87 ZYM clear.
Oh, wait. Monitoring. Flight 8 testing.